and I'm just so grateful to be here. Our topic today is marketing for business owners. And my favorite thing to do when I present is, what my learning lessons and kind of like what I'm doing currently, to make progress on some of my goals as a business owners, and then also maybe to refer some resources that you can take advantage of. How does that sound to you? All right, cool. So, just want to give you guys an update as to like what I'm working on and give you like a little guideline as to like what I want to get accomplished in this episode today. Again, this is your housing podcast, all things housing related, where we want to help you level up for your housing goals, whether it be as somebody who want to get housing for their family, or somebody who want to invest or provide housing as a profession, as an expertise, right? As a professional in the marketplace. And so we kind of serve in both capacities, right? I have a nonprofit, Section 8 managers. We have a contract with the Los Angeles Housing Authority. Right now, we're currently working on a pilot program. We're very excited about that. It really encompasses a lot of the things that we believe in giving low-income households an opportunity to level up and obtain housing and in good neighborhoods. They call them opportunity areas. So I'll kind of go over that a little more as we kind of discuss some of the little marketing strategies that I have going on. And then also I'll kind of extrapolate more as to like some other projects that I'm working on outside of the nonprofit Section 8 managers. So to get started, just want to kind of give you guys the premise that, marketing for business owners is such a diverse topic, right? Because a lot of people, to be honest, when I first started my nonprofit Section 8 managers, I did no online marketing. Maybe for the first three years, I didn't even activate my website. So I had the domain, I had all that set up, but you could not find me online, right? I didn't do business online, right? I did all of my work in the field. So, me being somebody who I pretty much looked for leasing properties. Every once in a while, I look for investment properties for purchase and stuff like that for myself and partners. But for the majority of the time, I'm pretty much looking for properties that's available for lease. And so what I do is, I go online on the internet, Zillow, Trulia, HotPads, Craigslist, AffordableHousing.com, right? A lot of different resources. I go to those places and I find, small mom and pop landlords, even larger landlords, real estate developers. I find management companies, all that are willing to work with subsidized programs for their leasing units. And so, once I get a list, I get a list of about 7 to 8 of those properties and property owners. And then, I set up a unit viewing tour, so I go out and I actually go visit the properties. I go meet those property owners. And, I pretty much, that's where I start my marketing, right? So I invest in transportation, right? So these are the different things that you want to think about when putting together your marketing budget. Are the buckets that you're spending money on. And so I want to actually pull up a budget worksheet that I use, but I don't have it handy, so I won't try to do it right now. But a lot of times, if you have a bank account, you look at the report, or maybe they give you the option of looking at like a snapshot of your spending. What they'll do is put those expenses into categories. And so once I started seeing how the banks separate how I spend money, right, I started separating my expenses that way too. So everything that I do for my business, it has to go in the bucket. And if it doesn't go in the bucket, then it goes into a one-time expense, right? And if I'm going to be spending money on it more than one time, then I need to find a bucket for it, right? And that's just the bottom line. And so, like I mentioned, when I used to go out there for marketing, right, I used to spend money on transportation. And so that was a bucket that I heavily invested in starting out my company, is transportation, right? I would drive pretty much all day, right? Um, and so, maintenance for the car. That's when I said I'm gonna give up. Getting the cars that have a lot of maintenance issues. I decided to get a car note, and I invested in a car, right, and then gas. Obviously, I actually applied for a gas card. At the time, so I got a Shell gas card that I use. Right, they give me a line of credit, right, for my business, and so I use that, right, as a strategy for cash flow. And then, I used to have to print out flyers, right? So when I go there, I have to mostly applications, really. I didn't spend too much time on flyers. Maybe I had a business card or something like that. But I pretty much just print out, money for the applications. So I go out there to these units. I have an application for the owner. I say, hey, owner, really like your property. It's a good fit for our program. Are you interested in working with our program? Yes or no. If he says yes, then and there I help him with the application, right? Let them know like, hey, I can help you right now. You could take it home. We could do it at that time, or I could send you a DocuSign version of it. Boom, there's another expense, DocuSign. And so if you have a website or some type of way for people to get access to your application, right? You want to make sure that you incorporate that into your marketing budget, right? Because that's more of the fulfillment of your efforts, right? So you want to fulfill. I would say the call to action or the goal when I first started my company was to getting applications of owners that were interested in working with our program. And then from there, like literally, that was most of the marketing I did, and then phone bill, I would call them. So I definitely needed a phone, the internet access. A lot of the money that I spent starting out was just that. I would go to the library. I didn't have an office at the time. The library was my office, whatever city, whatever county I was in. I will Google whatever local libraries that's nearby. They give you 15 and 25 free prints, right? So I didn't even have to spend money on one application. I can get at least one application, two applications for free, right, by going to the library. And then so I want to talk about marketing for businesses because, like, from where I started to what I'm doing now, it's a big difference in terms of all of the buckets that I'm involved with, and kind of like managing some of my marketing goals. So, just to kind of like talk through or like just give you a list of things that I'm doing now that's different from what I did then. Like now, in terms of marketing, I have a operational website, right? Um, so I got a couple of different companies that I work with. Like I'm actually our company that I'm excited about introducing, the Housing Business Owners Company. We haven't even launched the website yet, right? So if you go there now, right, you probably gonna find some foreign language of things that makes no sense. Is because we haven't even updated all the content onto the hosting site yet, right? We have a lot of that stuff, just kind of waiting to put an update on the website. So we got housingbusinessowners.com and .org, right? So when we launch it, we're actually going to be launching the website as well. So the website isn't even available, but that's one thing that that we're pretty much developing a community around. So we have our housing business owner community, and I want to discuss that during this marketing for business owner session because this is going to be the platform that we use to help other people like myself who's in the housing industry or who's just a business owners that want to level up their marketing strategies. And so some of the things that I'm incorporating, I'm always my first client. So anybody that worked with me in the past, right, or plans on working with me in the future, just know that I always test everything that I do for myself, right? I like to figure out all the kinks, troubleshoot any issues or challenges, about the process. So then that way, when I'm sharing those experiences with somebody else, I know exactly what I'm talking about, what they're talking about on how to resolve those issues. So I hope you guys appreciate that because for me, like that's the kind of people I like doing business with is somebody who's done it themselves, who have a proven system, proven model, proven solutions. So that's what we bring here at the Housing Business Owners Company, right? And so, so some of the things that we're doing now that I didn't do when I first started my company is I hired a third party to do our social media, right? I used to do a lot of social media. I ain't gonna lie. Like I feel like I'm co-founder of Facebook, right? Because it was just Ivy schools and us in the Bay Area in California that had access to Facebook. So like literally, like everybody was still on MySpace. We started migrating to Facebook, and so I know a little bit of the social media, Facebook. Not too much, but like I say, like I that's not my specialty. And so I have to hire a social media person who can, pretty much be active and posting things on the internet, about the company, right? Because it's not about me. I'm not posting about me. I'm not sharing what I'm eating for dinner. I'm not talking about, sometimes I share family stuff, but it's mostly about business. And if not that, then I'm just doing something fun with my family, right? And so once you have a business, you want to have a calendar on how much you post to your social media accounts about your business, right? Because you don't want to get stuck in a lull, kind of like I've done in the past, and not be posting anything about your business, when people don't know what you do. One of the first things that you want to do as a business owner for your marketing strategy is to make sure your family and friends know what you're working on. Okay. They're going to be your biggest fans for the most part. They're going to be your biggest supporters. And so we want to start off with at least sharing on our social media, or at least coming up with a campaign that we're letting our friends and family know. One thing that I used to do too, was I used to set up appointments. So with my family and friends, I say, hey, look, I'm testing out a new project, and I want to get your feedback. I want to get your honest opinion. I respect you, and I value your opinion. Would you be willing to, listen to my, to what I'm doing, for 10, 20 minutes? And if you have questions, maybe a little more, but, I just want to show you what I'm doing. And just doing that, honestly, I got a lot of referrals. Every time I did that, I got maybe about 5 to 10 referrals. And if they didn't have referrals to give me, then, they'll follow up, and I'll follow up with them and say, hey, remember that presentation I gave you about my new company? I'm working on helping low income families get access to good, worthy housing, right? Not just any housing, but housing that you would want to put your family in, right? Do you know any owners? Do you know any management companies that'd be willing to work, with my company to help these families with vouchers, or, in these subsidy programs, get access to these housing in 30 days or less, right? That's our unique selling proposition. That's the other thing that you have to think about, when you're marketing for your company, is what is unique, that you're doing that's different from the other competitors in the marketplace, right? And the reason that's important is you want to start investing in keywords. So that's another thing that I'm doing now. I actually started off doing that because I didn't want to spend a lot of money on ads and stuff like that. So I started off my company with focusing on keywords. I actually named some of my companies based on those keywords that I wanted to promote for my company, right? And the reason that's important is because when somebody's searching for your product or service online, right, Google has a formula, right? And based on how many people search and found your website or service, right, it's more likely to go higher in the search results. And so, I actually started off doing no ads, doing, like I said, no marketing online. And but what I did was I focused on my keywords when I started putting my marketing together. So even the name of my company, Section 8 Managers, right? Section 8 is a keyword in itself. It's known, everybody knows it, or have heard about it before. And so we use that to our advantage, right, to build organic traffic, right? So and so that's just one thing you want to think about. And you may have to actually pay for a good domain name, right? So if your domain name is not available, maybe at GoDaddy for an affordable rate, like I have over 200, 300 domains, and I try to get them while they're like $10 or less, right? And then after the first year of that, right, you have to renew it. Sometimes it's the same price, sometimes it's a lot more than that. So But just keep it to consideration that you want to get a good domain name. You want to invest in that because you want to market that. When you do start doing ads, right? They want to ask you for your keywords, right? Most people kind of talk about it like, what's your hashtag, right? How do people find you? Like, what's your campaign message? And so So, like, I know during the presidential elections, some people keywords or hashtags they use "Make America Great Again" or MAGA, right, as an acronym, right. So for your business, right, what is your hashtag? What is your acronym, right? So for me, I got the Section 8 managers is one. And our hashtag is get housed or got housed. And then for our other company is housing business owners. I use that specifically for keywords, right? People searching for housing related topics, business related topics. You want to come up with those good names. That helps you on your marketing expense because you can use organic media. So when you're even just putting your company name on a post, right, or commenting, just using your regular company name, or maybe it's not your company name. Maybe you just use that keyword often and start using it as a hashtag, right? You start to build natural organic traffic, right? Or you could do it, what I'm doing now. I invest in ads. So every day I'm investing $5 for certain keywords, and I have an ad on Facebook, right? I just do Facebook now. I don't do too much right now. But my social media person was like, hey, how about here? How about there? Right? TikTok, Instagram, and all these other places that, we're going to be building up our marketing content on. So the reason I'm talking about that is that you're going to actually see it. You're going to start seeing more posts. You're going to start seeing more marketing campaigns. And I want to discuss pretty much my approach because, like I said, I'm outsourcing and it's been like a 5-year process from when I started, at least in this housing pursuit as a business, right? And then what else I'm doing that I haven't done in the past? I'm doing a podcast, right? We're here today at South Bay Podcast and Recording Studio. Shouts out to South Bay Podcast. Always a pleasure to be here. If you just want to, create some quality content, this is your place to go. If you're in the South Bay, area and you want to check out a quality place where you can, shoot some quality sound on the recording side or some quality video, on the production side, this is your place to go. You can also contact South Bay Podcast. This is your place to go. You can also contact South Bay Podcast on Instagram. Okay, so so we're investing in a space where we can do podcasts, right? So this space, this platform is literally for us to block out some time so we can share some quality content to people who follow us or who's interested in trying to find solutions to some of their their issues or goals. And so, I hope that this information today is helpful for you. Like I mentioned, I just want to kind of go over some of the things that I've done in the past, to market my company and what we're transitioning into doing now. Okay, so a podcast is always good, right? If for me, it's a good way for me to push out content, right? A lot of times I'm always running around. There's never a time other day that I can't be busy with something. So I have to intentionally take time away, from other things. And so we want to make sure we're pushing out content. We create different topics to talk about that may be on the top of my mind, or maybe that somebody presented. Like we had one topic about the courthouse. That was something because I was in and out the courthouse at that time. So I like to share what's on my heart, right? That maybe somebody can benefit from, that I've learned. Or maybe it's an important announcement that you want to make about your industry, right? I know Section 8 just opened up its lottery wait list in Los Angeles a few months ago. and over 30,000 people are now newly on the wait list. So congratulations to everybody that heard about that announcement and was able to apply and was able to get access to that Section 8 wait list, right? If you were unfortunately unable to apply and you really need some affordable housing, right, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We have our website at section8management.com, okay? And you can also email us at housing@section8management.com. Okay. So yeah, I mean, the podcast is always good. Really love that strategy. Another thing that we're doing, let's see. Um, hmm. Marketing. Well, the ads is a big one. I'll talk about that a little more. So you can pretty much buy ads in different locations. I'm not, like I said, I'm not big on that. I more so cover a couple of different ad objectives, to kind of like just make sure we have a good rhythm of traffic coming in terms of people, joining and liking our Facebook page. And if you haven't joined or liked our Facebook page, I'm asking you to join our Section 8 Managers page on Facebook, Section 8 Managers, and then also our Housing Business Owners community. You're going to start seeing a lot more content come out for the Housing Business Owner Facebook page as soon as we launch it. Like literally, we have a program, but we haven't launched it to the public yet. And just to let you know what the Housing Business Owners community will be, it will be a membership program, right, that will offer you as a professional in the housing industry an opportunity to level up, right? There's going to be 3 different levels that you can participate as a member, right? And each level has more and more resources. So I would say the most advanced level of membership, we'll be actually helping you build out your own company, whether you have a business or not yet, right? We can help you through that, setting up the corporation process, or we can, work with you to kind of setting up your back office, right? We got access to some online tools, and I'll share one now, smallbizpro.net. So this is a site here. I'll pull it up. I probably can share it so you guys can see it. Well, hold on. Let me create a new one. Okay. Smallbizpro.net. Okay, so this doesn't necessarily have to do with marketing, but I want to tell you about this because, like, as a part of our Housing Business Owners group, you'll have access to this, right? We're partners with this company, and they can help your company pretty much get contract ready. So in terms of setting up your back office, right, it's one of the number one back office management systems that I've used personally. I use a lot of different ones. For me, like, paperwork is not a strong point for me. And so I use a lot of systems to help me out. Okay. And so this is one I wanted to share that. And like I said, they can help you with a lot of different cool stuff. Most of it is getting your paperwork in place. And so with just this is just one of our partners. We have so many different partners, and the whole goal of our partnerships with these companies is to empower our members to literally accomplish their business goals. So whether you're a construction company, or maybe you're a nonprofit, right? You have a nonprofit that also serves low income households, right? Through this membership program, we can help you get your paperwork and help you become contract ready. Not only that, help you put together and apply for contracts. So it is an advanced level, like I mentioned. We did it for ourselves. I did it for my own company. Got a contract, multi-million-dollar contract, and just with one of those things will keep you really, really busy and help you bring in the revenue you need so you can pay yourself well, and you can hire up, increase your marketing campaign. That's another reason why I'm able to leverage some of those things and focus more attention on our marketing, because what we want to do is introduce some of our successes and proven methods to other cities, right? To other states, right? And so we're doing a lot of research on the backside, and I really recommend you really focus a lot of money. That's another thing we spend a lot of money on for marketing is research. Okay, we test out a lot of things before we put it into action, right? We want to know, if it's the right uh, hosting site that we're using for a service, like even for our community, right? We tested out maybe 6 or 7 different community online platforms, and that's why we haven't launched it yet. We want to have the right feel, right? And so, just know that a part of your marketing, right, is going to take a lot of research as well, and even just for the ads, figuring out which keywords are working and bringing in the traffic that you're looking for. Um, but yeah, as a part of like a member, with the housing business owners community, like a lot of this will be done for you. Like we help you put together your marketing campaign. Like we got people that's what they do. Like they are marketing geniuses. So I mentioned, we have a social media person. We also have another specialist who deals nothing but video production. So you know they handle all the edits. Most of the time when I'm shooting, when we're here, at the podcast, we're doing straight live, no edits. We turn on the camera and we press play. And so if you don't just want to send out your content, like that, unedited and stuff like that, you're gonna have to invest in somebody to edit your work, right? And so um you just want to fit all that stuff in the different categories. So that'll probably be under a production or however you want to, label it. But make sure it's definitely in the bucket. So that's about it, guys. I mean, I didn't want to really bore you on like all the basic stuff of marketing, because I mainly want to focus on like how I'm doing it and what I've done in the past for housing, for real estate. I mean, I got some other secrets. I don't have time to share it in this episode, nor do I really want to share it right now. I got some special, some stuff that we offer for our members in terms of kind of like even helping putting together marketing statements. Like I have this one system where they give you prompts. You put in it's like an AI system. AI is becoming real big. So but anyhow, it's an AI system. You put in whatever keywords that you want to focus on for your marketing, and it'll literally come up with several different examples of, marketing campaigns, right? Not full campaigns, but it'll definitely give you a prompt, a hook outline of what you could say, and an outro. A lot of people, they get in front of the camera and, they don't know what to say, what to do, whether it's something that people want to hear, right? And I have those same thoughts and concerns. And so, like I said, I use a service to help me come up with content, So, with the courses that I make, I know the content, like, so say if you're building a course, an online course online that you're going to be wanting to market, there's different marketing components, right, that you're going to have to focus on. It's the actual delivery of the course that you're creating, and then it's the marketing of the course, right, once you create it. Or if you're doing both of them at the same time, right, there's different, components. And so, like, I use, a system, an AI system, to pretty much help me navigate all of those different content creation that I'm going to be making. So even today, like we're doing a podcast, but I'm going to be throwing out a couple of different prompts, before we end, so I can gather some content for, maybe reels or something like that to use multiple times. And so like maybe you want to ask yourself, let me give you an example of one. What is the difference between a teacher and a professor? Right, that's like a prompt. That say if you want to be like a coach, a life coach, or if you want to be a housing coach, like I am, right? And maybe you can't think of like how to get somebody interested in getting your coaching services, and you're like, okay, I know what I want to sell, but how can I like get a hook, right? We could put that keyword in our AI system, and it'll give you, something you can ask pretty much your audience. and it'll give you the answer. So with the rise of online education, it's important to know the difference between the teacher and the professor. The rise of online education, the difference between the teacher and the professor, the importance of online education. So please follow me online for more tips on becoming a successful student, or leave a comment below letting me know what you thought of this video. Thank you for watching. Um, what's another one I can use? Just because I want it to make sense, because this AI is going to be a big one, I feel like, coming up in this new generation of marketing. I mean, we're not going to need to be brilliant or get a marketing degree in business in the future to be great marketers. Like, literally, we can hire a automation, a AI, system, and they can do all the hard work in terms of what people want to hear, and stuff like that. And so let me find. Here's one on leadership. Like, say if you're serving in a capacity that you're serving as like a community leader, or you have a nonprofit and you guys provide leadership opportunities for volunteers or other community members, and you want to market your program. Maybe you just ask yourself, what makes a good leader? Right? You put that in the, well, actually, you just put leader in the AI machine, and it'll tell you. So this is one that says, what makes a good leader? A good leader is someone who can inspire and motivate others to achieve a common goal. A good leader is someone who can provide guidance and support, delegate tasks and responsibility, knowledgeable and experienced, make tough decisions, communicate effectively, build relationships. If you're interested in learning more about what makes a good leader, follow this channel for more videos on the topic. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. What a beautiful, content. Like, it's already succinct. It has your keyword about what you're talking about. Let me see. Here's one. Let me do one about entrepreneurship and business. So, say if you help other business owners start businesses, right? So say if you're somebody like a business coach, kind of like what we do with the housing business. I'm using all these examples because this is what we do. But say this is what you do as well. You help other business owners, right? As them being an entrepreneur. You can say, hey, the top 5 qualities of a successful entrepreneur are: 1, grit; 2, determination; 3, resilience; 4, adaptability; 5, vision. So grit is the ability to persevere through difficult circumstances. Determination is the quality of being resolved or committed to a course of action. Resilience, the ability to recover from or adjust easily to setbacks or change. Adaptability, the ability to change or be modified to suit new conditions. And vision, the vision is the ability to see what is not yet present or apparent. That's my favorite one. But anyway, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to have these 5 qualities. Follow me online for more tips on how to become a successful entrepreneur. So beautiful, right? And so I want to share this because, like, for anybody that's maybe having a hard time marketing, or thinking about marketing for their business, or how they intend to increase the visibility of their brand, I want you to know there's resources available. Like, you can reach out to us. I don't mind sharing. If you send us an email, you can definitely send us an email at members@housingbusinessowners.com. You can shoot me. You can shoot a call to my work number 661-312-8168. Say, hey, tell me more about the AI system that you're using. I'll share it. Because we what we want to do is give our members the advantage that the rest of the marketplace don't have, right? Or our listeners. We want to give our listeners the advantage of resources that the other people don't have. Because while you're investing time, to listen to me, to listen to, our platform at the Housing Podcast, right? I want to show my appreciation and offer something that can actually help you take your business, your marketing to the next level, right? So definitely, if you want it, I'll share it. I gave you one of our business management partners already, right? And business really is all about relationships. That's what I'll end at, for this segment, on marketing, is that, marketing business is really all about relationships, right? I really enjoyed how I started my company and not really focusing on, all this online stuff, all this social media stuff. Um, I really appreciate that I was able to build a business on building relationships one by one, you know, meeting one new business partner at the time, delivering on what I say I'm gonna do, and then them referring me to somebody that they know, right? Them coming back when they need me again and say, "Hey, you did a good job last time. Can you help me again? This time I have even more opportunity." Right? There's nothing that can replace, those relationships. And so you can spend $1 million on a marketing budget, but if you don't fulfill on the promises that you're making, then it's a waste of money, right? And then, and so I just want to encourage you guys to continue on your pursuit, to building out your presence online as a business. I want to encourage you, to reach out for help, right? If you don't have the answer, or if you feel overwhelmed that you can't do everything because you're only one person, right? You can hire somebody that can do it at an affordable rate, or you can, invest in a system that can do it for you, right? Invest in a robot. Right. So stick with the future, man. This is your housing podcast. We appreciate you for tuning in. Till next time.